Good day, everyone. It is May the 29th, 2019, and this is the Cryptocurrency Bull Market Watch. Before we dig into this episode, I recommend that you go to the website down below, digitalcurrencytraders.com, and download the free chapter and the spreadsheet that we use in this live stream that we repeat over and over again, the same study that we do. So when you do, you'll head over to the website, digitalcurrencytraders.com here, and you'll see that there's a few different options for training here. We have a learning center. You can read our reviews and find out more about the project, or you can just scroll down and put your name and email address in here. Sorry about that, Mehan. Get your address is in there on a live show. Now, you can also go down to check out our other live shows for the 24 hours of Bitcoin. And of course, watch past episodes of this episode. Now let's jump into the charts and see what's going on here. Before we do that, this is not trading advice, just market observation. So now let's jump into our charts. The most important thing is what's going on with Bitcoin right now. It is at a top formation and in that in-between phase where we don't know if it's breaking higher or if it's still going to make that top formation and break down lower. Some of the indicators are bearish, some are bullish, and we are at the top of a pretty good move. It certainly could go higher. There's a lot of stuff going on in the cryptocurrencies, and the most doubtful thing for me though is that we're in just at the end of a parabolic move. Bitcoin dominance is slipping off a little bit here, and we have the altcoin market cap versus dominance going up as we've been watching for the last few days. If it's going to break out of this bull flag to the upside and at the same time Bitcoin dominance is slipping off, then I'm predicting that the altcoins are going to break out of their bottom formations and go higher. But the prediction is also based on the fact that Bitcoin is going to either stay sideways or come back. And right now, it kind of blew that this morning as prices were coming out of this top formation and dipped back. I thought, okay, here goes the alts, and then this is pulled back up. Not enough to continue yet. So we'll go through the alts now on this show and see how they pan out for our studies. Where is my spreadsheet? Here we go. Let's drag this over. So in this show, we're going through all of the cryptocurrencies on Poloniex. We're going through 50 odd coins, and you can see them in the thing down below here. And we're color coding every market against our trading plan, which is why I recommend that you go and download that from the website. Throughout the show, if you have a coin that you want me to take a look at, let me know. Hey, good to see you, Julius. It's been a little bit. Hello from Clypedia. I don't know where that is in the world. I love it. So if you guys are watching the live stream, be sure to say hello from let me know where in the world you are. Lithuania. I'm from the center of Canada, and it is farm country all around, flat as far as you can see, both directions, just like you're on the ocean, but it's all wheat and corn and soybeans. And you are right near the ocean there. My family's from Finland historically. Now, so in this, we're going to go through all of our coins. We're going to say, are they almost breaking out of our 1, 2, 3 bottom formation? Have they broken out of that 1, 2, 3 bottom formation? Are they pulling back from the 1, 2, 3 and they're giving us an exit signal now? So we'll track these all the way through. We also want to find out if Bitcoin is going to moon. Are the altcoins going to get clobbered again and go down further? We'll measure that by seeing how many are orange, which is a near fail, almost failing that 1, 2, 3 bottom, and how many are red, that is a complete fail of that 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. So let's dig into, we'll come back and look at the Bitcoin dominance chart. We'll come back and we'll look at the altcoin market cap versus dominance. And I can't explain the mathematics to you, but I can see that on April the 1st until May the 13th, this pretty much mimicked the average of what all cryptocurrencies did in price movement versus Bitcoin. And then we've bounced and they're starting to go up. So what we're looking for now is all of the coins to see where they are in those formations. Pardon me. Poloniex. Ardor. Let me bring the chat up over here so I am seeing you, because I could go through all of these coins and update the spreadsheet, but this is interactive, the live thing. I learn a lot from you guys by answering your questions, and you'll pull up markets like you're asking me to take out EGT on KuCoin. I just happen to have KuCoin. Oh, that's ELA. I don't have your one. EGT. So that's good. Let me get my glasses on. This is too far away. Really? Wow, there's a lot of markets on KuCoin I'm not paying attention to. I've been going through everything on Binance. And going through everything on Binance in great detail, day by day, in a spreadsheet so that we can quantify it as it's unfolding. But this one is new to me. I think we have reviewed this before, because I recall this trading pattern thinking that's really odd, and then it went quiet. Then we have the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation and the breakout right in here. Nice clean breakout pattern. What would I do with it now? I can't do anything with this now. This is out of my trading range. But it does make me want to go back and look for all the other coins that are making these formations now and haven't broken out yet. Watching for these big volume patterns to pick up and pull back. This is a great pattern for a study, but there's nothing I could do with this now for my own trading. Every time I try to jump in on something like this and it looks so great, that's exactly the moment it's going to pull back. So once it's broken out of those formations, I recognize it, I take it as learning, and I don't jump in on that. Instead, knowing that it's working early in these bull market setups, then I'm all thinking that this is going to be a much longer bull run than just a blow up and pull back again to these flat levels. When instead, what I think in all of the cryptocurrencies, we're going to see a run up, they're going to pull back and consolidate, and then we'll see another run up. And the reason I think that is because of the back testing I've done from all of the other bull markets. And of course, I traded through them all as they happened, but it's much better to go back afterwards and do the back testing of all of the markets to see exactly how they behaved on the uptrend. And for sure, they will go up and then they will pull back and consolidate as people doing profit taking, as people who bought in too late are dumping in a panic. You know, it's just a wave of human activity, and it'll happen. So don't jump into these. Wait for it now, right? You've heard the rustle in the bushes. Now you're going to wait, and you're going to wait for the right moment to to take your risk on this trade. Crypto time. Hey, good to see you here, Moon Time. And Marius from Braskakas. And I'm certainly butchering that. And you're laughing, and it's okay. I don't find it as a location to check up online. I'll look at it later. No, I don't know where that city is. I am a limited international traveler. I'll check that out. That's awesome. Great to know this is being streamed where I don't even know. Poloniex. Ardor. 3-month view. I really like doing this stream because I want this data. I want this information. I want to know exactly when this happens, and I want to look back on it 2 years from now and study it again. I want to recognize these patterns because they've made me such a killing of money in the past, and I don't want to miss out when they do their move. It's okay to be watching through this whole time. It didn't work out. Now we got to keep watching again. And the simple trading plan, the one I've done the back testing on, is looking for a break of the downtrend line. We've got it. It's looking for the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. That's kind of shaping up. And then it's looking for the exponential moving average crossover on the 12-hour time frame. And I'm using the 60 and 20 periods for my studies here. And the reason is I've taken the 80-20 and the 21-20 and all sorts of different combinations of these, and then did the back testing and to see which one keeps me in the market on the uptrend and captures the most profits at the end. So there's a kind of a combination, but you can learn more about that if you go over to the website and sign up for some of the free training there. I'll talk more about it. So after all that explanation, we can only see that one of the 3 things we're looking for a trade signal are here yet. And so on May 29th, I'm going to say that this market, instead of a near fail now, I'm going to put it as neutral. Neutral means it's in between that 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. It's not nearly failing down to the lows now. It's got 3 lows there that we're sitting on, and it's a bit above it. So it's not nearly failing, but it's not yet breaking out and going higher. So I'm going to continue running through this sequence on Poloniex. But you know, everything I'm talking about here, no matter what market, no matter which coin you're looking at, they are all so similar. It's astonishing that we've all come to these lows on May the 13th, making a great big 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. And then it's making a little potential 1, 2, 3 bottom formation within those areas now. And the main study is, are these prices breaking higher from here, or are they going to make new lows and continue that trend downward? And they certainly could. If Bitcoin is going to show more strength, that could crush these coins, and we're going to watch that as it's unfolding day by day here. So Atom remains its neutral status. It's in between those 1, 2, 3s, and we'll continue watching it. Basic attention token is at a near fail. It's still on this downtrend that it hasn't broken. And so that we'll add these up at the end to see what's the bullishness bearishness ratio of the whole market. This is looking a little bit better. I'm going to bump this back up to an alert that it may be breaking out of this 1, 2, 3 bottom formation and going higher from there. Should it break higher, then should it break higher than this tomorrow, and that candle close properly above this, then I'll mark that as green tomorrow and it'll be a hold. BCN, I'm not expecting much. Sure enough, hey, actually that volume pattern is different there. There's some stuff switching hands here. I want to pay attention to it because it's like you could put it in an order for 10 Satoshi and just sit on it for a long time, just with $5 worth, just for the fun of it. Because it's done some insane moves before. And we saw, clams just got manipulated as all. So don't think manipulation can't happen in a coin that is dead flat like that. Banker Network token is neutral. It's moved back up to neutral from near fail, but it wouldn't take much if it started to push back down into these levels. Then, especially as Bitcoin is going up now, when we zoom into the 3-day view and we're really watching the front edge of this, when Bitcoin starts to push higher, I'll be coming back and watching all these alts to see what's going on. Bitcoin, of course, is still marked as a hold. It hasn't broken out of it, crossed over those exponential moving averages at all yet. This is why we're doing the study so closely. BitShares is still neutral. It's in between that nice little 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. And you know what? If Bitcoin dominance drops off and the altcoins start to take off, we know from last December of 2017, they didn't linger long out of these 1, 2, 3s. They took off for 6 weeks. Was it 6 weeks? They went up and up and up on a crazy run. Clam, I'm going to mark it as a fail, and I'm going to say that I would never touch Clam coin again in trading. I would say that it's as much as delisted. That's a punch in the stomach. One of the guys in our trading community lost 2/3 of his family investment in that move right there, because he bought in at the top and didn't have a stop loss. So even though this did look like it was edging to just go parabolic straight up from here like this, it didn't. So you've always got to look at the 1, 2, 3 bottoms. Once it's taken off, you've got to wait for it to come back and consolidate. Now that it's come back and consolidated, this is clearly not a market we can ever touch again as far as I'm in my trading books. Well, I'll continue to comment on it, but Civic Coin's making a nice 1, 2, 3 bottom. It's broken the downtrend line. It's consolidating nicely, but this really could be a consolidation and a continuation on the downtrend if Bitcoin continues its move up. The one thing that we are seeing different across all these coins is that Bitcoin's going up, coin is going down. May the 13th, coin is holding its own while Bitcoin is increasing. So this is really key, and it could be that reversal that we're looking for, that Bitcoin is going to continue going up and the altcoins are going to go up at the same time. That's what every altcoin holder is hoping for right now. So Civic Coin is still neutral after all that. Dash, I believe, is neutral. It is. This was pretty volatile. This is a lot of range of movement. And if I was considering a trade in this, I would not want to have my stops holding this kind of range in this to technical levels. I like to have a smaller consolidation before I'm entering in this. So I'll leave this as neutral. And it could turn into a hold before I turn it into an alert, just because we're just measuring bullishness, bearishness here and not actually a trading signal. So decreed is still a fail. Digibyte is making the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, showing a little tick of strength. The exponential moving averages are almost crossing over, so this definitely turns into an alert. The more of these that we have coming across this bottom formation and pushing higher here, making these alerts, the better it is for our overall study of what the cryptos are doing compared to Bitcoin. Doge is flat low here. It still stays as a near fail because one more Satoshi down and it breaks those lows. EOS has made some really big moves, partly out of this 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, this great technical level at important historical support and resistance levels, which we always look for. Never mind that the news has also jumped in and they're doing something spectacular with this that they're going to announce later. So here's the rumor. Everybody's buying in on the rumor. Later we can find out what the news is. But hey, we've already marked it as a hold. We already had it 2 days ago. Look at this. We already had this as an alert, and we were in there before the news came out. I love it. AMB fails. Uh-oh. Here's Bitcoin. Let's go check out AMB. Okay, it's okay so far compared to where everything is. If we go back to the long-term view, sure, it's been going on this downtrend, and everything did from here to here, from April the 1st till May the 13th. It's like it was pre-written. I'm not saying that it is. I wouldn't suggest that at all. But now we have this change from May the 13th until now where Bitcoin's going up and the alts are holding their own. They're not getting hammered like they were before. And they're setting up into what we're looking for a basic trend reversal pattern, which is a failed retest of a recent low. Comes down to a recent low, it comes up and tries to go down lower, but fails. As it breaks these levels, it is a buy signal that every bot in the world knows about. It is a trend reversal pattern that is as old as charting is. You'll see this in every single bottom from everything that you're ever trading. So if you're going into corn, wheat, oats, soybeans, if you're looking at gold and silver, natural gas, oil, anything that you're trading, avocados, you'll find 1, 2, 3 bottom formations and 1, 2, 3 top formations. So that's what we really focus on here in this channel. And this is looking good to me. It's building up. And I appreciate you bringing up AMB. It's a coin that I am a bag holder of from October. And I think that it'll all be fine. This is just a short-term little blip here. 88.20 time. Let's see what Bitcoin does. I don't know. I'm not convinced yet because we're inside this 1, 2, 3 top formation. RSI is diverging. I'm not seeing the on-balance volume picking up here strong enough when I go into the 1 week view. It's coming, but not strong enough yet. Like that sputtering old engine. And if it breaks down below these levels now that we're failing this test up here, there's a failed retest of a recent high. That's it. And that's what I watch for. Once it breaks above this, I have to wait and watch again and watch again. And that's what we're doing with this show, is we're looking for those bottom formations in the altcoins. Let me go back. Good to have so many windows. EOS. Is that what it is? It's taking off now. It's consolidated and breaking out of these levels. And to me, this is looking like there's just more coming in. More coming in, really important technical levels all the way back here that it's breaking higher than right now. Really great to see. So we've already got that marked as a hold. Ethereum Classic was actually outperforming Ethereum, but look at this little 1, 2, 3 bottom formation shaping up on the 12-hour time frame. So I'm going to make this an alert. When it breaks above those tomorrow or the next day into these ranges, then I'll turn this into a hold in our spreadsheet. Ethereum, how are you doing? Because you were getting outperformed. A really big move here, and it's difficult to trade Ethereum versus Bitcoin when it's done this. But the key thing is the May 13th and then a bull flag pullback. Bull flag pullback that so much matches this altcoin market cap to dominance chart. April 1st down to May 13th, this consolidation, and then we're seeing some strength coming out of this. So when I see that pattern and then I go over and I see it in an actual chart, the same thing, got to make it an alert at least. Factum from Latvia in Europe. Great to have you along. I'm glad to have more of a European audience because I'm focusing on talking about lending in the Poloniex markets as well. So I do quite a bit on Poloniex, and I know that I've got quite a US market, and they can't do anything on Poloniex. They're all just mad. Downtrend here in, where am I? Factum. So it's still a fail, but I'm really watching that. If Bitcoin is easing back, Factum is going to moon. And I say that because of what happened here in November. As Bitcoin came down, Factum was the only one that took off. If you would have been holding Factum, you would have eased all of your pain for that Bitcoin drop. But as Bitcoin is showing strength, this is pulled all the way back, and we're back to some important historical levels. This is really key historical levels here that we are sitting on. And so it's time to be watching for these 1, 2, 3 bottom formations here. Time to be watching for this downtrend to be broken, and we'll continue to watch it day by day here. Great to have you along, Edgars. I'm glad you like the videos. I keep at it for selfish reasons though, because I really made a ton of money off of trading these the last time, these bottom formations, and it's just so exciting to see them shaping up. I don't want to miss anything. When it switches from April 1st to May the 13th, and we saw the difference where Bitcoin was going up and alts were going down, I didn't catch it that first week. I didn't catch it, and I was watching for it. Got distracted with other things in the world. Anyway, now I'm watching again here closely, and glad to have you guys along. It keeps me going more strict. Foam, I'll say it's neutral for now. It could turn into an alert right away because of the shape of this formation, but I'll put it as neutral. Game was a fail last time, and it stays a fail, but it seems to be losing momentum downward. So it's probably going to do a big blast straight up without making a bottom formation. Gas, however, is giving us 3 times off this bottom. This has gone to alert status right there. A break above those levels, even though on the 12-hour time frame it's a little early because this exponential moving average hasn't crossed over. This would be a place where I would start off my long-term trading plan. And so I would start off, say I got $100 to invest. I'm going to be really skittish at the beginning, and I'm going to put in $20. And if it comes back, Can I do that? No, it's this way. If I got to put shift. If it comes back to these technical levels, I'm down 20% of my $20, which is $4, right? And I would lose $4 on that trade. At the worst extreme, I might lose $2 if I'm really catchy on this. Woo, what was that? New subscriber. Woo. Yes, if you haven't subscribed yet and you're sitting here watching, you could be featured on the screen just for clicking on subscribe. And you know what happens? Professor Wally loses a few hit points when you do subscribe, and it brings him down. He is the stream boss. Professor Wally. Boss Wally. And thank you to Old Scott and Crypto Trader Vader for tips in cryptocurrencies as well. And so this is how I would enter into a trade like this, a little piece at a time. Oops. And then I would add on to that if I'm proven correct. So I know gas has done some insane moves in the past. I don't know how fast it'll go. So if I put my $20 in there and it took off and it proved me correct, I'll put my stop loss just above that and protect my $20. Now I'm feeling good. Things are going well. I don't know how far they're going to go. I expect it's going to fight at these levels. If it fights at these levels and gives me another one of those consolidations, I could probably put on $40. Now I got 60 of my $100 on there. If this pulls back, I've got to about here to get out, and I'm going to get out with my 40 plus my 60, and I'm going to have to start again. And I've protected my $60. If it moves up out of these ranges and does a consolidation, I can put my stop losses above. Now I'm sitting there and I'm waiting for something to come up to these levels and give me a consolidation and prove to me the rest of the market is also going in that long-term uptrend. Then I'm going to put my last $40 on here. So now I'm $100 into this market, and I'm expecting it to go up to old historical levels, if I can get this to draw properly. So when it comes up to these old historical levels, I'll be looking for the top formation, and I'll be getting out with a percentage, and a percentage of my trade as those top formations unfold. So we'll talk about those top formations in this stream when we get there. But right now we are looking at these bottom formations and that slow, risk-adverse way of putting on a little bit of the trade, protecting it, and then building on that afterwards, knowing this is going to be 18-month to a 3-year cryptocurrency uptrend. It's going to be a wave up and pull back, a wave up and pull back. And we're going to get in now. We're going to let the wave go up and let it pull back. And then we're going to add in more and let the next wave go. It takes sometimes 6 weeks, 2.5 months for the wave to move up and pull back. Neo Moon Update Mainnet. Wow, what's this? ONT, GNT. Get my glasses. GNT. That's an alert for sure. And I could go through that whole process again and tell you that whole strategy of the long-term look at GNT. The long-term look for GNT is absolutely incredible. 8 times your money, 6 times your money, 5 times your money. And I could never say that and be taken seriously, except that it's already happened in the past. And we're coming into more money coming into the cryptocurrencies than we've ever seen, ever. So look at all in the past where we had this volume of cryptocurrency money coming in right down here on the big blast up of cryptocurrencies in 2017. This is their market cap. January 2018. This wasn't even... And look at the volume going on now while we're at these historical lows in altcoin prices. Moon incoming, we're just tracking it. There's no stopping it. We're just tracking it. And you want to be really careful so that you don't lose money in this uptrend. A lot of people will get wrecked by buying in on the FOMO. And I'm not immune to it. This looks like pre-pump patterns, like it's just about to go up straight. And everything all changed, and you got to be ready for those moments now. So all the time we're looking for these exit signals, not trusting any of this stuff as it's going, protecting our butt as quickly as possible when we set up a trade. This is super high risk stuff. and super high return, insane returns. That's why we're all here. Grin. Pull in on this one. Such a brand new market. It's like hard to do technical analysis, and some people certainly got wrecked here with their stop losses too close, too large of a position. The same old story over and over again. So I'll leave this as a near fail for now, just because of that wicked candle down there. I don't like it. Sort of takes the wind out of the sail, the air out of the tire. And to see a few of them starting to ease back right now is important to see it as well. Let's zoom back out a bit. Any kind of red candles now, while we're making this formation, is nerve-wracking. I would say this is still neutral. It can go down a bit more before it turns near fail-ish. Now, NEO, let's go jump over and take a look at NEO. Bitcoin, this is Binance. NEO. All right. By now, I think everybody's eye should be starting to be tuned in to see these. If you're watching this stream for more than a few times or going back to watch some of the old streams, you're seeing this 1, 2, 3 bottom formation setting up. These fail 6 out of 10 times. As powerful as they are, they fail 6 out of 10 times because everybody knows about them. And if everybody gets all excited, but the trend is still down. So this is the time to be filtering out some of these. If Bitcoin is coming back and dominance is pulling back, these are going to moon for sure. And I want to put on my $10 of my 100 so that I'm getting a piece of that. But I don't want to risk it too much yet because it hasn't proven that it's turned around yet. We're just really watching it. It could be the luckiest moment to be buying in, but I want to filter out some of these fake out breakouts and this continuation of the downtrend because we've seen it so many times. Hey, Lemar, good to have you along. I'm going to quickly look at ONT, ZIL, and TRX. TRX I'm also in favor of as well. I picked up a little piece of that. And we did this trade back, where was this? December, as it came out of this bottom formation and it broke higher. We did a trade on it and we closed that trade out of this top formation. It turned into a really nice entry and exit. So clean. It's just like somebody drew it ahead of time. And now here we are again with like a steady down 1, 2, 3 bottom formation from May the 13th until now. It's like crazy that it's coming to these technical levels, and absolutely great that you brought that up so that we could share it, because normally I wouldn't do this coin on this channel because I'm focusing on the Poloniex stuff, but any requests that come up, I love doing it. This is a beautiful 1, 2, 3 formation setting up. Beautiful. And that's on the day charts. Going into the 12-hour chart, and we can see, look at the MACD just, and the volume coming in. I know if I switch over to the volume here, go to Binance, scroll to the bottom and go to TRX. Okay, it's not as strong as I thought it was going to be. I thought this on balance volume would be kicking it a little bit better. Okay, there we go. That's what I was the scene I was looking for, where we have more here than we did here. Beautiful. Love it. And since we're so close, ZIL, also some great volume and steady volume after that swath came in. It's no longer selling volume. It is a 1, 2, 3 times. So we've got 3 higher lows here. And now the 1, 2, 3 bottom would be 1, 2 here. And this would be the number 3. So it will take a little bit longer for it to get this exponential moving average to cross and tip above these levels, so that it's proving to me that it's not a fake 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. It doesn't look fake, that's for sure. This volume, wow, look at that volume. That is a great high five for this alert as well. There's some really amazing market setting up. Wow. ONT. Back down to the alphabet. ONT doesn't have the same volume impressive volume as some of those other two did. But I like this chart pattern. I like the historical level of it. It needs to get this volume coming in. And it may be that we're early, and like if you had purchased before the volume came in here, of course you could have profited very well if you had taken it off this top formation in the break of this uptrend line. So what is this? The 12-hour view, 4-hour view really shows a change in volume. And as soon as this volume, we got a great set here that turns the changes direction on May the 13th. Phenomenal. So this set the direction change. Now it's great. This is really looking good as well. Nice trend change, almost like a bowl shape pattern here going on. I like the on balance volume. You got some really good picks there, Michael. I think you're going to knock it out of the park. I love it. Now I want to continue on. We just finished Kyber Network Token, and it was saying that it is neutral. Library credits, last time we looked at it, was a fail. Something critical must have happened with that project. Loom. Okay, this is a much better looking 1, 2, 3 bottom, and I'm going to make this an alert. Just because of the shape of the volume, the shape of this pattern, the exponential moving average, and the overall market starting to turn, I want to be aware as this is happening. LPT, fail for now, because it's come down lower than it was on the 21st. It could jump up. It could blast straight up. Who knows? Lisk is looking better. It's got a double bottom, but it hasn't broken this down trend line yet. So I'm going to still say it's near fail. And I'm really shocked and surprised that that project. Anyway, Litecoin still a hold. So we've had this as a hold for the last 3 shows. MadeSafe coin turned into a hold out of nowhere because it wasn't a really nicely shaped 1, 2, 3 bottom. So it still is a hold while it's up at these levels, and it could stay a hold for quite a while as it consolidates in these levels through a while here. I guess it could come back into neutral. We'll see. This is just a bullishness, bearishness index, not actually trading signals. And I get that. I have to remind myself all the time. 1, 2, 3 bottom formation shaping up here. This was neutral, but tomorrow this could be an alert. It's so close to having that bottom formation take off. It's another project I believe is going to have a good future. 10 times where it is kind of future. This is still neutral for NAV coin. It's a very light market cap coin. And I've always liked the pattern of those charts for NAV coin. Whew. Okay, that was delisted. NMR. Meh. Okay, it goes up to, yeah, it's neutral. But not really giving us much of a shape of anything for a trade. NXT, I'm not expecting it. It's still a fail. OMG. I was also expecting more out of this project, but it's giving us a better potential 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, good enough that I'm going to mark it as an alert, because it's very close to having 3 of the 3 things come to be. Omni remains a fail. Pascal coin is actually doing something interesting. No, this isn't it. This is not the interesting one. That's still a fail. 12-hour chart. Fail. Zoom in on it. When I zoom in, it could be the bottom finally, but filter those out because we'll just track it over time. Polly, what are you doing? All right, this is better. Where we've hit a bottom on the 13th. That's the key, the difference there. Where Pascal, we had that bottom on the 13th and it went down lower. Fail. This held on the 13th, but it didn't spike up and make a nice formation. So at least it's holding its own here. It's still a near fail. Those are the key differences and divergences. This is a better 1, 2, 3. There's the 13th low, retested it, and now showing some strength. I should probably make that an alert. If it was a couple ticks higher, I would make it an alert. So, geez, I'm going to put it neutral for now, but you're watching, that could be an alert. Rep, still a fail. It's down below those May 13th lows. What's that? What's the deal? Siacoin, oops. That one's been delisted. Siacoin, it's coming down back to a near fail. it just can't push down any more than this. If Bitcoin shows strength, this could lose its footing here. SNT. I like this one much better. I'm going to make that an alert, actually, because it's not really a deep bottom. And again, these alerts, if you are trying to unfold a position here, you'd really got to start small, because we have not proven that it's a turnaround yet. We're really just watching this. This could be an alert. It could be neutral. I don't know. I'll just go neutral and error on that side for this one. Storage, same thing. It is neutral. I'd like it to be better. I have high hopes for this one in the long term. STR, neutral as well. Maybe pulling up some bullishness out of that would be great. Maybe it was Strat that I was looking at that was doing something better. Yes, it's making a better bottom formation, and this has gone crazy way up high in the past. If we go to long-term view and the 5-year view, it's gone crazy way up high in the past. More than 10 times. What do we got here? 0001. This is 001 here. 004. So who knows if it'll do that again, but it's making 3 higher lows, higher highs. It's making a potential bottom formation here. So Strat right now, it's neutral. I like the trading volume coming into it as well. Neutral now, but this could be an alert right away on the 12-hour time frame. The exponential moving averages have to get closer. Last few here. Viacoin. I have to leave it as a fail. VTC. Also leave it as a near fail. Look at this pushing down here. If Bitcoin shows strength and we see more of these failing, we'll find that tomorrow depending on what Bitcoin's doing. XEM, neutral just because it made such a big move and it's in the middle here, but if it doesn't break above this support and resistance levels and stage above that and get consolidation, it could be a while before we get some more moves here. XMR, this is pulled back. It's neutral for now, but I am actually pretty bearish on that until it proves me otherwise. Fail on XPM. I don't know what the deal is with this market at all. Ripple. Okay, now this is almost an alert. I'm going to leave it neutral, but it's warming up. There's some buying going on in there. Zcash. Wow, I have to give it an alert. Who is it? Nancy on our Discord chat pointed that out the other day, just as it was at these levels here. And I said, it still hasn't formed the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation yet. And bang, if she had purchased at that time, she'd be doing way better than me. I have to make this an alert though, because it's coming up so close all of a sudden, and that's in the 12-hour time frame. I love it. I love getting the unexpected. You never know from chart to chart. I would have expected this to be going up at the same time, but it isn't. So it remains neutral. Now we can go to this homepage and we'll see the update of the bull bear index by copying and pasting this formula along here. So we can see here I track the holds, alerts, cold fish, near fails, fails, and neutrals. Here we have the holds and the alerts added together. Here we have the fails and the near fails added together. So if I copy this and paste it in, then our chart changes here. We lost a bunch of neutrals. We got a bunch more bullish signals coming out of that, and the bearish stayed about the same. So now this isn't enough for a trend to say that we found the bottom and that things are taking off, but it does coordinate very well to May the 13th, the pullback a little bit, and now what we're seeing here, it also coordinates pretty well to what we're seeing in this altcoin market cap to dominance, this low, the pullback, and starting to see some strength and some change in our bull bear ratio, which I think is phenomenal to be tracking it. Here's the Bitcoin dominance still slipping and not holding and changing or giving us a bottom pattern here. So we'll continue to watch this unfold as well as we tune in to see what Bitcoin's doing, because if this top formation does start pulling back, I think the alts will go. If it's going higher and the alts are going, we're in for some real fun. Multi-coin charts. I made a mess of this one. This is, let me clear a bunch of the scribbles off. This is the parabolic move of Bitcoin, just the uptrend lines extended out. And then I scribbled in some predictions of where Bitcoin price may go up before it comes back, trying to look for the Fibonacci extensions to match up with the uptrend lines that have been produced with this parabolic move. And then cross-match those backwards over here to historical support and resistance, and you can come up with all sorts of different imagined scenarios of Bitcoin coming up to this $11,000 range in any of these time frames, all the way out to September, October, before it gets there, if it's following this lowest trend line. So there's a whole range of where Bitcoin may get up to this level, and when it does get up to those levels here, if it's matching these time frames, it would be pretty magic to see it pulling back at those times, as we've seen all the way through the last uptrend. Let's see if it draws in the data for me, where we have the run up and the pullback, the run up and the pullback. I guess that's all the data it'll pull in. So these are just predictions based on where the prices have gone through in these uptrend lines, and we'll see how this plays out over time. I guess that wraps it up now for our bull bear watch. The last thing I want to be sure is that you have this resource. If you've been watching all the way through, be sure to get this resource so that you can watch and use this for any part of your own trading studies. There's a couple good pages of extra data too. And let me now close with a little plug. Our cryptocurrency trading course over on digitalcurrencytraders.com. There's a few different ways you can access this information. You can get the free chapter by signing up for free. You can go to our training center and learn about our book special, and you can learn about the 7-day trial for $1 for our crypto signals and alerts. There's nothing out there like it, and I'll go through it with you. This is me. My name is Doug. This is my background screen. Pardon me. There's my trading desk. Kill the music. And you'll see here as we go through that this trading system following this did fantastic. December, January, February, March. The beginning of April, it sold out of everything and went into Bitcoin. Now we're looking at all of these 1, 2, 3 bottoms shaping up again. And it's time to be considering them. So if this is the kind of stuff that's interesting to you, it's not just trading alerts that you just blindly follow, but it's a whole training system that goes along with it. So we start off with risk management to start off with. Then we go through some back testing so that you get those patterns based in your mind. You get the entire textbook for our course so that you can do this all the studying on your own. And then we start talking about when to take profits. Bottom formations are great, but if you don't take profits at the right time, you end up into a bag holder. You get some really great support from our Discord chat. People are there 24 hours a day. And you get a special report from May till the end of March, where we did 5 months of trading data, 184 trades, made over 1,000% gains, 1,200% gains. And you see how to optimize these trading alerts to get the best results out of them. Here's some examples of how the alerts are set up so that you get the date, you get the trade type, and training about that trade type. This is not just a black box system. You know the target entry, where our profit target is, where the emergency stop losses are, and what you'll be risking if you were to get in at that entry and hit your stop loss. So there's lots of information that you can study for every single trade that you're going into. There's a couple different examples of this trading system, making these bottoms and catching these tops. Here's some of the details of what our traders say. Here is the trading room, where we go through different videos, much more detailed than today's video, reflecting against the actual trading system and the actual alerts that we have there. How to play them, what should you do, how to take your profits and losses as they are coming up. So all of this you can try it out for $1 for 7 days. I want to make it a no-brainer for you. Easy, so that you can get all of that training and keep it. If you cancel after 7 days and then you keep all of that training. Pardon me. And of course you can see here that if you're a serious trader and you're going to be doing this for the next year, save a bunch of money. Pay just $29 a month, pay in crypto, save a ton. And you can read more about the frequently asked questions and details on this page. I will sign off for all of this, and I appreciate you guys being here, Simple One. It is a ton of work, and it is great that I have people coming along and supporting the channel. It really makes it so that I can spend my time doing it. But really, I am doing this for selfish reasons. I want the success myself. And there's no limit to it. If you guys also have success, even greater success than me, it doesn't take away from what the potential is for me. So sharing this stuff and giving it all away in a simple form is really rewarding for me, especially when we can go back over history and see how this method captures the trade change in the markets. So we can see back here in the chart at the very bottom where we start off with all sorts of grays, then we go from oranges and reds, and we know the color coding already. As we go from yellows into greens, this is the bull market starting out. The trouble with this is that I did not do it from April 2nd until April 29th. And so we don't have that nice color-coded progression backwards as everything is saying get out and take the top formations. We would have seen a whole bunch of cold fish. And so you guys being here, supporting the channel, giving it a thumbs up, subscribing, coming over to our Discord keeps this study going so that we all have this data and we can all benefit from it. So again, yes, you can buy the book with crypto as well. And if you're not already over on our Discord chat, come and join us. I'm there full time unless I'm sleeping or at yoga. That's it for today. I appreciate you guys being here. I'll close off with the closing jingle. And thank you guys again. Cheers for now.